If you ever need to extract a table from a PDF file and save the table in a proper tabular format such as a CSV file, then this is how you do it. In this video, I'll extract this table in this PDF document. You can find this document attached in the lecture resources. So I'll go to my programming environment and I've uploaded the document, the PDF document here in my project directory. So this is my main.py file, and I'm going to import the library that extracts tables from PDF files. Now you need to install this with pip install. So I'm in the shell here, not in the console. So you need to write tabula -py and then import tabula. So I showed you that because you shouldn't install tabula but tabula-py. So that's the proper installation. Execute that. Once the library installed, then we are ready to write the code, which is very minimalistic. All you have to do is create a variable such as table and then write tabula.read PDF. Now this method gets two arguments. The first one being the path to the PDF document, which is weather.pdf. And the second argument is the number of the page where the table is located. So page is equal to 1. That is the first page in the document. If you had the table in the second page, then you want to also write 2 here. Or if you have multiple pages, you have to write several read PDF lines. So like that, 1 and 2, or implement a loop. So for I in range 1 to 10, if you have 10 pages, for example, and then write I here. So the standard way of looping. But in this case, I just want to show you a minimalistic example. So page number 1, and then print the table, run, and there we go. Yep, that's the output. Year, month, day, hour, temperature, pressure, Fahrenheit. So we have these columns here, and each of them have data. Now, what type of object is this table? Well, you see a list here, an opening bracket, which means this is a list. But this list has only one object. That object is a data frame. So the output is a list of data frames. If we had more than one tables, we would have a list of more than one data frames. In this case, we have only one list with one item. That item is the single data frame. So that means if you just do here table 0, you extract the table without the list. So that's the second output we got. You see there's no list here. And if you do print type of that table, table 0, you see that this is a pandas data frame in here. So we can make use of that and convert this table, so table 0, we can convert it to CSV. So to CSV is a method of pandas. So since this is a pandas data frame, because tabula, this library, installed pandas on the background, so it is able to generate these tables. So since this is a data frame table, it does have access to that to CSV method. So define the output file path, output.csv for example, and yeah, run. And you should expect a CSV file being generated in here. Now, we see that we do have this comma here. So Python, what Python does is it adds an index column on the left of the year column here. And you can see that in here. So it added this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you don't want that, then you can specify an index is equal to none, so you don't want an index column. Run that, and that will override the previous output.csv file, and now you don't have that index column. So those are the data. You see the last row here, you have empty data, comma, 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 so no data, but we have 5.0, which reflects the format here. So we don't have data in this last row, but we do have this 5 in the last column. And that is reflected quite well in the data in here. And that's the complete code. Thank you for following. I'll talk to you later.